So I watched the debate between Noodles and Papa Gut, and it was not a very good, fun debate. So I'm going to give a quick rundown of what led up to this debate and then get into the actual thing. So it all started when this guy named Killick lost to one of the children in the B family. YouTubers are pretty famous. Then after that, he made some comments about the family and about certain people in the family. The B family didn't like that, came out, made a video, claimed that he was a pedo and that he was 19. Turns out he was 17, and he was, so yeah, that's basically their video. And then Papa Gut came out and responded to that video, saying that it was an indication of like how certain biases can happen with black black people getting over prescribed certain punishments in cases of this nature. And Def Noodles came out, called him an incel, and just went really hard in the paint in his video. Didn't really debunk anything Def Noodles or Def Noodles didn't really debunk anything Papa had to say. He was just insulting him for like 70% of the video. And Papa came out and responded to him in a video. It was like 35 minutes long. So, uh, Papa sent a DM to Def Noodles inviting him onto the podcast or not the pod, well, it's kind of a podcast, but his Twitch stream to chat about what they would, their differences. Uh, Def Noodles did back in a community post, uh, acting like he was turning down a debate. And those were his words, debate instead of conversation. That's neither here nor there. I'll come back to that later on in the video. But getting to the actual debate, he it was bad. It was rough. The the video's 2 hours long. The debate itself's around like an hour 47-ish minutes. It's Def Noodles just constantly interrupted Papa Gut. They barely talked about the B family. Def Noodles really tried to get uh, Papa Gut with a lot of gotcha moments when like I said, when Def Noodles brought up the biases and was talking about, oh, well, what does that mean, blah, blah, blah. And it felt like he kept trying to like trap him in a corner and like coming on like this was a debate instead of the conversation that Papa Gut had asked for, because Papa Gut came out and specifically said, hey, I don't want a debate, I want a conversation. So it went like that, and at one point, Def Noodles asked Papa Gut a question, gave him like 2 seconds to answer. He had just cut him off, and then Papa Gut was like, hey, you just asked me a question. And then it was just a storm of crap. And then, I mean, like I said, they barely talked about the B family. Papa Gut's old jokes came up. He talked about if she can bleed, she can breed. When the whole Andreas Lopez stuff came out, that's a whole nother story. And he got a lot of flack for that. Def Noodles brought it up, knew about it somehow. Or no, actually, yeah, Def Noodles did bring it up. It's just a storm of stuff. It's hard to keep everything in a line. But back to the debate. So it's just a mix of stuff. And then there was another joke that got brought up, him making a joke about a trans person, and that led into Def Noodles calling himself a comedian and saying that all of his videos were comedy, which I've watched a couple of his videos just to see like what's going on in the YouTube space. They don't seem to have a lot of jokes to me, but maybe I'm not paying good enough attention. But like like Papa got said in the video, if your comedy isn't like if people can't tell that you're joking or people can't tell that your joke is it's meant to be a joke, then maybe you're not a good comedian. And once Papa got said that, definitely was completely flipped out. And at one point, despite having tried to cut Papa got off at pretty much every opportunity from like the 30-minute mark on, he starts yelling at the around the 1:30, the 1 hour and 30-minute mark about trying to get a word in. He's like, I want to talk. I want to talk. Let me get a word in. Come on. I just want to talk. And it's just hilarious. And nobody, see, Papa Gut posted the video and nobody was on his side, or not, on the Def Noodles side. And as of right now, Def Noodles has not posted video himself, which is, or actually, he might just have. That is stupid ad, but it's just, and nobody is agreeing with him. I looked on Twitter, nobody cared about it. Um, People, even in his own comment section, somebody said that he seems angry, tired, and distracted. Uh, this interview displayed a lot of immaturity. You can't just talk over people, and you have to recognize nuance, which, yeah, it's something that he didn't didn't really do. I remember he wanted to know if the creator is responsible for the actions or reactions of the viewers, and Papa Gut said to an extent, and Def Noodles was like, well then that's a yes. It's like, and you have to be able to realize that no, it's not always a yes completely every time. That's just not how the world works. That's not how anything works.